Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Buttermink, and this is our IBL D-League Week 3 battle. We're up against Platinum Howler and his Coqulatium Red Gyarados. So, Howler, as you can see, brought to the match a Sylveon, a Skarmory, a Mega Gyarados, a Delmise, a Latias, and a Nidoqueen. And the sets I brought Specially Defensive Rotom Wash with Defog, a Life Orb Physical Zero Aura, a D-Dance Mega Charizard X with Roost, I believe, a Defensive Mew with Cobra Berry and Will-O-Wisp, a Focus Sash Ribombee with Quiver Dance, Energy Ball, Psychic, and Moonblast. Yeah. And then I have an Air Balloon Toxicroak, which actually ends up coming in real handy in certain parts of this game. But yeah, that's basically all there is to my team this week. Sorry about no format. Had a little bit of an issue, and so I'm recording this one from the video I downloaded, and getting the format to fit in with downloaded videos when the only thing I can do is like blindly try and adjust it to the video to fit. Makes it a little bit difficult to do, so we're going to go without a format this time. But hopefully y'all still enjoy the video, and let's get right into it. So, I decided that I'm going to lead off with Rotom Wash, because in general against this team I can get good momentum, I can scout a set, and like, because he bought so many special attackers, and it's faster than Delmise, and it doesn't mind Gyarados' Intimidate, although it will mind the Earthquake. It can just basically freely Volt Switch out. But here, he leads Sylveon, and Sylveon is a major problem to my team, so I'm just going to click Hydro Pump, see it spread. It reveals that it's max HP, and I know I can live any hit, and this Hyper Voice right here reveals that he is actually a Choice Spec set, which makes sense, because, like, my only Fairy Resist is Excadrill, so, and I didn't bring it this match. So I'm going to Volt Switch out of there, get some nice damage. Then, I'm going to actually go into Charizard. Since I'm still a Fire type, I can take this hit, resisted, so I can, it does less than half, but it still does a chunk, obviously, and it's not going to be very pretty. But I am going to be able to Mega Evolve this turn, and I'm actually just going to click Flare Blitz, because, like, I don't need the Sylveon sticking around. I need it gone as soon as possible, and it's in range because of the Volt Switch and Hydro Pump, where a Flare Blitz is just going to straight up take it out. So as you can see, just going to body that thing, going to drop it down, and that's one massive threat to my team gone within like 3 turns, which is great. Then he's going to switch in Gyarados, and here, honestly, I probably should have Dragon Dance, predicting his Dragon Dance, but instead I just decided to go for damage. As he's going to Mega Evolve. I'm going to click Dragon Claw here, and it's going to do about 25-30%. As you can see, he is Shiny Gyarados, so he's living up to his team name. And I'm going to click Dragon Claw, and I'm going to do about 25%, 30%, as he's going to Dragon Dance up. And yeah, I'm not too worried about this just yet, because I still have Toxicroak in the back, but he's going to just knock me out with Crunch right here. Hit me up with that. And I'm going to faint. And then I'm going to go into Toxicroak, which reveals to him that I am indeed Air Balloon. And I'm going to force out the switch. Now, I don't think he realized, he told me afterwards he didn't realize Mold Breaker went through Dry Skin, but I believe I have enough investment to live a +1 Waterfall, and Low Kick from where he was at was an Oko. So he's going to switch into Skarmory, which easily takes that Low Kick. But Skarmory does let in my Rotom Wash basically for free, as he's just going to set up his Stealth Rocks, you know, get those up and start getting chipped down. But I do have Defog on this, so I'm not too worried, and Skarmory can't touch Rotom in the first place, so as he's actually going to just hard switch his out into, I believe that is his Latias. Yep, and I'm going to just Will-O-Wisp because I don't want to mess around with this. I want to make sure even if it roosts, it doesn't keep sturdy. And I'm going to actually end up burning the Latias, which is nice. And Now I'm kind of worried about Calm Mind Latios, because it can set up a Calm Mind basically for free, since it's burned down, not toxic, but it just goes straight for the Shadow Ball, and that bounces off. I'm going to go for the Defog, obviously, because I don't want these rocks on the field, and that's going to, lower the evasiveness of the Latios, and Fun and Stones disappeared, and all that. And I'm going to get some Leftovers recovery. Latios is going to take more chip. So far, I'm not sure what he's trying to do with this Latios. Maybe he was just trying to scout my set and he realized I was stupidly specially defensive. But he's going to go into Stranger Tides, as I'm going to go into Rabombi, just because I can take whatever he wants to go for. But I don't want to stay in on this because it gets Steelworker and Anchor Shot, and I want my Rabombi still healthy. So I go into Zeraora, because I know I can live one hit as long as he doesn't go for the Earthquake, which I don't see him doing. And then I'm just going to click a Life Orb boosted knockoff. Now, I did the calc afterwards. His set, even though I was adamant, it didn't even have a chance to KO. That's actually a really high roll we got on there. And we knock off its Lumberry, so it doesn't have that anymore. But that actually wasn't even a roll. That was just, it wouldn't have KO'd at all because he was at full health. So, but now, I do get to go into Rabombi, and I do get to click Moonblast and knock out this thing. So that's good. That deals with this Delmise. I don't have Sticky Webs this week, so there's no Rapid Spinning or anything going on like that, but at least Delmise is gone, and honestly that thing's annoying. So here, I'm just going to straight up click Psychic, see if he's Scarfed. I have the Focus Sass, so I live one hit guaranteed, and he ends up being Pyapa Berry, so he eats that hit, and it does nothing, and he sets up a Stealth Rock. So that's 2 Mons now that he has Stealth Rocks on, meaning he really wanted them for this match. But this turn, I just get a Quiver Dance up because I'm Sash, so Sludge Wave can't even break my Sash. But, as you can see, it doesn't actually even take me down to my Sash. It almost does, but it takes me down to like 3 HP thanks to the +1 special defense. And I'm going to be able to click Psychic here, and he sacks this Nidoqueen off. I'm assuming because he thinks I have Psychic coverage on Mew, which I do, but it's only Zen Headbutt, so it might not have done all that much to it. But he decides to sack it off, they'll go into Scum. He revealed to me at the end game that he was Aqua Berry, or after the game that he was Aqua Berry, but I didn't have Hidden Power, so I just decided to get damage off and Moonblast him, as he's just going to Brave Bird and knock my Skarmory out, my Rabombi out, and that's fine, because this allows me a free switch into Rotom again, and now he has no switch into Volt Switch, so that's basically for free. As, I'm going to do that, and go and I take the Rocks damage, then I Volt Switch out, and now I'm going to actually, it kills the Skarmory, obviously, it was less than 50, it's not the best special defense mon, and I'm going to switch back into Mew, because I want to bait out the Mega Gyarados here, and I want to get that thing burned, as he's going to actually take the bait, switches into Nimrod, and this tells me, yep, instantly going to click Will-O-Wisp. Even if it misses, I've got the Cobra Berry, but I actually outspeed. I ran outspeed to outspeed Adamant, I believe. He ended up actually being Jolly, but I don't think he had enough speed, as he's now boned, and he hits the Cobra Berry, so this Crunch does absolutely nothing. Now, at this point, I could Roost and let Burn damage chip him down, but I kind of want to get more, I kind of want to do this battle faster than that, so I'm going to U-turn out and just sack off Rotom to the Crunch, because it's done its job, honestly, and I don't need it anymore, so I'm just going to throw it out there and let it take a Crunch, after it takes Rocks, obviously. And then I'm going to go back into Mew, gonna U-turn again and kill that, kill the Gyarados, because I was actually, not attack boosting, but I was negative special attack nature. I believe I was plus defense minus special attack, if I remember my nature correctly. Actually, this first turn I'm going to Roost just to get more health out of this exchange, so I'm healthier in case the Latios tries to do Latios things. As he's just going to Crunch again, and it's going to do decent damage. But I'm going to this turn be able to U-turn since he doesn't have a switch into it. And it's gonna basically either it's gonna collect a kill or it's going to do a lot of damage to the Latios if it tries to come in. But he just sacks off Gyarados, which makes sense, it was bone. As I get back into Toxicroak, and we enter the end game, which Toxicroak actually proves that it's going to be a very helpful mon in this. Now I know you're thinking Squad weak to Psychic, but I have Fake Out, so I can get Fake Out chip plus Bone chip on this thing. Then I calced it and I realized Sucker Punch from the range he's at is not going to kill, so I have to go into Mew and sack that off to a Shadow Ball before I can come back in and Sucker Punch this thing to death, as he's gonna actually click Psychic. Now that's fine, I expected him to. He doesn't need to make a super aggressive play. But then, this next turn, he clicks Psychic again. I know he's not Choice Specs because he's not been doing enough damage to my mons to be, but he clicks Psychic again in front of my Mew after he's already revealed he has Shadow Ball. And obviously I click Roost just in case we need to pull the Switch game a few more times. But he reveals that he's Scarfed at that point, because he would have switched to Shadow Ball, because I had no reason to switch into Toxicroak in that turn. But this turn, since I have a lot more health, I can eat the Psychic up, and then I can U-turn out of there and go into Toxicroak, which does actually have the Sucker Punch, which will allow me to KO from this range. Because once I got it below like half, Sucker Punch was it's a guaranteed KO, and since he was Scarf, he has to go for an attacking move, so there's nothing that's going to stop him from clicking Sucker Punch. Stop me from clicking Sucker Punch. So I go for that, and obviously, since the Latios is so low, it just completely drops, and I end up collecting the 2-0 victory for Week 3 of the IBL, and that is my first IBL victory of the season, which is, you know, feels good, man. Feels good to collect that victory. Howler played a good game. I definitely think if he had waterfalled with his Gyarados into my Toxicroak, it would have been a different game in the end, towards the end game. But all in all, it was a very well played game. I think I played how I needed to get out of the situations I was in. I do see why he would bring Choice Scarf Latios, because, you know, Dragon Dance Charizard is very scary for his team. I personally think that Latios is better as like a calm mindset, but I can definitely see the logic behind bringing it. It's just so happened that my prep was able to take advantage of his Choice Scarf and actually ended up getting Toxicroak a nice kill in the end game, which is awesome. Toxicroak, I didn't expect much out of when I grabbed it, but I looked at this matchup and thought, you know what, it might actually be pretty useful here. So, I brought it on the team, and I was like, yeah, I'm very glad I did. You know, I think I played it about as well as I could, honestly. Minus the one where he doubled into his Delmize and I doubled into a Bombi. But, I mean, I didn't know he was at that point Scarf, so I didn't expect him to switch out. I just expected him to go for a move, and at that point I could have just started Moonblast spamming him. Since I had, at that point I still had Zero Aura, which is a switch into Scarm basically every time. So, you know, it is what it is. That's how the game is played, I guess. Cookies crumble and all that. But yeah, it was a really fun game, and shoutouts to Howler for playing it with me. Thank you. You can check him out in the description below if you want. And thanks all you bright, lovely people for checking out IBL Week 2 and IBL Week 3, I mean. And I hope to see you all in the next week. Thank you. Bye.